gluten-free cut out cookies. We're gonna try to make them Christmas trees, but we'll see if we can cut those out. They seem like the easiest thing to cut out, but you know, we'll see. So we're gonna start out with some oat flour, and well, grab my bowl, wash my hands. Alright. I don't even know if this is clean. Alright. 2 cups of this. We are going to blend it. So 2 cups of oats. We're using oat flour because why not? I guess. 1 mess. Alright. I'm sorry. Y'all trying to get a peek. Alright, here we go. We're gonna do another. Got my whisk finally. Alright. Okay. Alright, we are doing cut out sugar cookies. So we're gonna use oat flour, and we're gonna do 2 cups of oat flour to try to get quick oats to try to get 1.5 cups of oat flour. So I had to open up another jar. Pour that in. Little. All right. Okay. So we're just gonna put this inside of our NutriBullet blender. What's your favorite brand of blender to use? So we're just going to top this off. This is really great at blending. I've been enjoying using this NutriBullet. And all right, let's try it. All right, so we're just gonna blend this into a fine flour powder. All right, we're just gonna shake it a little. You don't have to, but I like to do that. So this is looking really good. It's looking like a really nice fine flour. Look at that. Okay, so we just took the oats and it's coming out really nicely into a fine flour. And then this is basically gonna be our base. I'm just gonna blend it one more time just to get the little chunks, because I didn't make sure that the top is dry. I didn't make sure that my top was dry, and that you will have no problems. Okay, so I need about 1.5 cups of that. I'm gonna set that aside. We're gonna do our wet ingredients. So what are we gonna do? Egg, olive oil, white sugar, and vanilla. So we're gonna do egg, olive oil, vanilla. So we're gonna go ahead and use egg. I like to use this kind. So I'm just gonna put that in there really quick. Egg. All right. Lucky. Olive oil. Looks like we just need a tablespoon. What is it? 2 tablespoons. So we're gonna do 2 tablespoons of olive oil. All right. And I just bought this at the store. Guys, I know it's for salads and marinades and it's not for like sauteing, but it was on sale. So I'm just gonna go for it. I think basically it's just better. I don't think anything's too bad with it when you think about it, but I don't know. 1, 2, cool. And yesterday I tried to cook without measuring, and I think I put too much sugar or too little of something, and you know what? It all flattened out and did not look good, so 1/4 cup white sugar, 1 teaspoon vanilla. Okay, so we need 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon, and I'm gonna use this really fancy vanilla. Thankfully, it's like a big jar, so I don't run out. But I think it's from Mexico, hecho en Mexico. All right, so there's that. Okay. Beautiful, beautiful. So next we are going to add a 1/4 cup of white sugar. So this is interesting that it's just so little bit of sugar, because usually these recipes ask for a ton of sugar. So to have 1/4 of a cup of sugar, I'm a little surprised. I'm just a little surprised, but whatever. All right. So this is one of those pantry recipes. I inputted what ingredients I had, and well, this is actually mine though. I carry this with me when I travel. But I inputted what I had. So this needs to be whisked really, really well. So the thing that I'm learning is that some things need to be mixed really well and some things don't. So I used to just throw everything in, blend it all up, and wonder why my cookies didn't come out well. Well, when you mix in the dry ingredients, you're just supposed to slightly mix it in and not like whip it like crazy. So here we're gonna whip it like crazy. All right, smells good. Vanilla extract. But for once we stir in the dry ingredients, we're not gonna whip it. We're just gonna fold it in, not like fold it in, but we're just gonna just mix it. And that's the thing that I'm learning. And then you definitely have to chill things. For 1/2 teaspoon baking soda, 1/4 teaspoon, 1.5 cup. Okay, so 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, baking powder. So this is what we have here. I like to use this one. 1/2 teaspoon of baking powder. 1/2 teaspoon. Okay, this one calls for more. So I'm wondering if like the 1/2 teaspoon is for when we use when we have flatter cookies, because I tried to do a rollout before and that had more baking soda. 1/2 teaspoon. So we're doing 1/2 teaspoon. Look at how cute and pink that is. Isn't that nice? All right. So I'm just gonna throw it in here. My 1/2 teaspoon. You're like, where are you putting that? Right here. All right, and then we're gonna do 1/4 teaspoon of baking soda. Always put your stuff back. You gotta always travel with your baking soda and baking powder if you can. You don't want to looking for those at the store. So a fourth a teaspoon of this. All right. Okay. Okay, and then a pinch of salt. All right, this is the salt. Too much, so we're just gonna pinch it of salt. Nice. And this needs to be only a cup and a half. So, cup and a half of this. So this is my dry ingredients. I'm just gonna mix it really quick with the other ingredients. And hello, welcome, welcome. Hi to all of our wonderful guests. This is kind of warm because of, anyways, a cup and a half, I think. Cup and a half. All right, so a cup and a half of flour, cup and a half of flours, but we're gonna add right now. Here we go. All right. Oh, and did I tell you guys I made popcorn on the stovetop with just water. I didn't know it was possible. The first time I tried it did not work that great, but the second time it did. So, all right, so that's one. Let's do a half a cup. So this is the half a cup, all right. This is my oat flour that I blended up using my NutriBullet. All right. All right. Okay. Well, that's really fine. All right. There's not a lot of sugar in it. I don't know. I guess it's gonna have a sugar glaze. I kind of thought it should have more sugar in it. But, well, it's none of my business. Actually, I don't want to use this. I'm going to use just a fork. Well, let's go ahead and use it. I already started. Does anybody prefer using a fork? If you do, raise your hand. I prefer using a fork for this part of it. So again, we don't want to overmix this part. This is the part where we do not overmix, which is a new thing I learned. And then we're going to chill this. I like to chill it in the freezer to go faster. But yeah. What do you guys think? Is this like silly or what? It's a little silly. Anyways, it's gonna be rolled out. So it's like this because we're gonna roll it out and we're gonna put it on a pin. But I know you can use a spatula to get this out, but I just want to do this really quick. And then go watch my movies or go back to work. Go back to work of editing. And editing and editing and drafting and working. Goodness gracious. Sometimes you need a break, right? So you tell yourself your baking is your break, right? All right, I'm just gonna use this. It's not like the greatest of them all, but just gonna mix this up. All right. So, do we have softball for life on? Welcome. Tell us what you're cooking. What is your favorite dessert? All right. So, we mixed it up. That's all we need to do. We're going to make the glaze next. I'm going to pop this in the freezer because I don't want to wait 30 minutes. I only have to wait 15 minutes if I pop it in the freezer. The best thing to do is to put it in a plastic bag. So that's what we're going to do. You don't want to just throw it in the freezer like this. You can cover it, but it's not like going to give you the best. Should be put in a plastic bag. A plastic bag. So, here's my plastic bag. I didn't know this before because I used to just like toss it in the freezer or in the fridge, not covered or anything, but it actually needs to be in a plastic bag. You don't want all the stinky smells in your refrigerator. Even if it's not stinky, you just don't really. So you put it in a bag and then you throw this in the freezer. I throw it in the freezer because it's quicker, so I don't have to wait 30 minutes. But essentially it's to keep it all together because we're gonna make a dough out of this and cut out those Christmas trees. So I'm gonna stick this in the freezer and then we're gonna get working on our 2 kinds of glaze. All right, so it's, check the time. 15 minutes from now, we're gonna do the next thing. But it's time for the glaze. All right. So I have sugar. I have white sugar to make the glaze, and what I'm gonna use is white sugar, some vanilla extract, and well, some oil and some chocolate. Yeah, right now. And then the last thing I'm gonna do is I am going to soften this coconut. So for one person, they love coconut. So for the cookies, I'm gonna put coconut on the top of just theirs. After I put on the sugar glaze. So this is dry coconut shards. It's really dry and hard and stiff. So you don't want that in your cookie. I don't want it on top of my cookie. If you have a sensitive stomach, coconut's not recommended just because it's not so good for your small intestine. But if you don't have those problems, then this is fine. So this is just going to be for one person. But I'm going to soak this in some hot water for 10 minutes. And then it'll soften it because you don't want to give them really crunchy coconut because this is dried coconut. It's been in a package for a while. So that's what we have. We're going to close this back up. A special closing technique. All right, and we're just gonna soak it. All right, so here I'm gonna soak it. I'm just gonna use some purified water. This is we have a system here that purifies it. So I'm just gonna soften it. I mean, I guess I could have put this in one of the fancy things that I have to heat them up, but it's fine. I'm just gonna soften it because I have a lot of time. I got 15 minutes to make some glaze. So let's make some glaze, guys. All right. So we have this. It's chocolate. I can cut it up and like make a chocolate glaze and then make a white glaze. So I want to make both. So yeah, let's get started. All right. All right, so what we're gonna do for the glaze, I guess I can make powdered sugar. All right, so sugar glaze, a half a cup of powdered sugar. So I need to make powdered sugar because I don't have any. I just have regular sugar, but I don't like starch. I mean, I do have powdered sugar, but the starch in it, it makes me break out. Probably you too, so stop taking powdered sugar with starch when you can make your own powdered sugar. All you have to do is blend it up. That's all it is, just white sugar blended up. So I'm gonna save this for later. Flour. So I'm gonna save my what is this, oat flour that I just made into my old, this is an old pack of cassava flour, but I like to wash them out and keep them. I mean, I have plastic bags, but these are just cute and it helps me remember what the heck is in it. All right, so powdered sugar. So powdered sugar, all it is sugar blended. So if you have a good blender, boom, you have powdered sugar, and it has no starch, which means less breakouts. And you know, some people, they think they get breakouts from chocolate. It's like you might just have starch. It's just dirty and old ingredients your body doesn't like. So make your own chocolate. I think I need to post that video of my homemade chocolate I've made. I think I have a short one, but I'll do a long one soon. So here we go. You know the movie Dune? I feel like I'm watching like the sand dunes, and it's just really pretty as it goes. So we have powdered sugar, yay! Okay, so let's make some glaze. Horrible, big. Alright, half a 1 to 2 teaspoons, half a cup powdered sugar. Alright, so we need a half a cup of powdered sugar. Alright. I think I can put it in this bowl. Alright, here we go. Let me just rinse this out. We'll use this bowl. I'm gonna rinse it out. I'm gonna dry it out, and then we're gonna get the base ready. Oh, I should start the oven. 350. All right. Whew, this is like really interesting. All right, so we're gonna do a half a cup. Apparently, that's all I need. I don't think I'm gonna add the sugar yet, the water yet. So, but we'll do it. We'll do what we can. All right, half a cup of our homemade powdered sugar. Look how great that looks. Look how great that looks. Half a cup, that's all I need. All right, half a cup of powdered sugar. I'm gonna make 2 kinds. So I'm gonna make a chocolate kind and a non-chocolate kind. Ooh, you guys, look at that. That looks like real powdered sugar. But I just made it from home and it has no starch. Yay for me. Yay for you too. All right. Cool, cool. All right, half a cup. Ooh. And then we need some vanilla extract. 1 teaspoon, a drop, a few drops, and 2 tablespoons of water. So I'm not gonna add the water yet, but I prepped it. All right. Mm-hmm. 1 to 2 teaspoons of olive oil. All right, so next is Next, we're gonna make the chocolate. And that one I can make now, I guess, because kind of stays runny, but whatevs. All right, so the chocolate. So this is what we're using. We're gonna just cut it up. I can cut this up pretty well. Pretty fine. This is what they look like. Do you think it's any good? We'll see. Plants. Look at all these plants we're growing. All right, here we go. So I'm just gonna cut this up. Just using this knife, cutting this up, small shards. You see that? This is gonna make it easy to melt it. I could have done it on the stovetop, but I did a little oopsies on my glass before, so upon cooling, you need to let any glass cool by itself before you add water. Otherwise, you'll have some problems. All right, so this is more than enough chocolate for a chocolate glaze, just to make it different. You know, do you guys really like gingerbread? I thought, why not make, instead of gingerbread, chocolate, a chocolate and cinnamon cookie. And it looks like gingerbread, but it's not. Anyways, so then we add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. What is it? 2 tablespoons, I think, not teaspoons. Melt chocolate. Teaspoons or tablespoons? Teaspoons. 1 to 2 teaspoons. So teaspoons is this. Here we go. All right. So we're gonna 1, 2. See, that works. We're gonna just do the microwave method now. Microwave isn't my favorite, but like I said, my other glass cracked because I didn't cool it correctly before washing it. So I'm gonna have to make do. All right. Are you guys checking the time? Is it 15 minutes? Can we put our cookies in? Anyways, so this needs sugar. Sugar. 1 to 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. So, one to 3 tablespoons of powdered sugar. This is the powdered sugar I made, so let's go ahead and stick that in. 1. It's to taste, but these are really bitter chocolate. It's a really bitter chocolate. It's like just cocoa. It's all cocoa. So we are going to just put a little bit this time. Just to color it. Really just to color it, you guys. I'm learning. All right. This is some of our powdered sugar. I think this is powdered brown sugar that I saved from before. That is powdered brown sugar. All right. I'm laughing because I just put too much chocolate usually, and then it's like silliness. So this is what it looks like. We're throwing it in the microwave. Here we go. So you do like 20-second bursts, and then you mix 20-second burst, and then you mix 20-second burst, and then you mix. When you're making chocolate covering. I think it's been 15 minutes. We could probably pull our dough out of the freezer, but let's finish out this chocolate covering before we do anything. So you see it's melting a little. We mix, it's sugar and olive oil. You know, to be honest, olive oil doesn't have a crazy taste. So I've been making chocolate lately. Started making chocolate in France, and then now I make it all the time. It's so easy. And when you make it yourself, you know what ingredients are in there. It's so easy to make. Even if you don't have cool molds, you can just use anything and cool it on there. So look at that. So there's our glaze. That mixed so easily because I blended the sugar into my own powdered sugar. You guys, look, that is a perfect glaze. But what I did wrong the last time is I forgot to taste it. And I sent out some chocolate that was bitter. I tasted it after. Oh my gosh. Imagine plating something and then tasting it after. So I sent it out to my taste testers and it was not good. So let's taste this. Wow, sweet. It's sweet. That's the goal. And that's perfect. So we kind of cut too much, but it's okay. All right. All right, so this is what we stuck in the freezer. So now we're gonna roll pin it out. I'm so excited. All right, so let's find our, let's find some stuff. Put some stuff back. Sugar back. Our coconut shard back. Put our coconut shard back. All right. Just kind of clean up the area. I guess I can roll my dough out there. If that's okay with you guys. All right. So here's my dough, and that's my coconut shard. So we're gonna roll this out, cut out some Christmas trees. I used oat flour. I know. It's all I had. This is one of those pantry cookie days. Keeps me from buying cookies at the store. I just came from the store and I was like craving something and I was like, nope, you can make it yourself. So that's what I'm doing. All right. All right, the floor is a mess, but the counter's clean. Exciting. All right, so it's been 15 minutes. This was in the freezer. This is our oat flour that we made from scratch. We're doing all this stuff from scratch, which is good, right? Right? Okay. Rolling So, bam! Rolling pin. Let's roll this out. Ooh, oh yeah, I'm supposed to put like a little bit of flour down so it's not sticky. Let's try that. All right. Okay, so I put the flour that I made before inside of here. So we're just gonna cover our area with a little bit of flour so that it doesn't stick. Right? That's what you're supposed to do. Cover it before I roll it out. All right, now I'm gonna roll it out. That's the oven. It's ready for us to put these in. Let's see how many these make. All right. Okay, so this didn't have a lot of sugar in it, but we're gonna have a sugar glaze. So hopefully it all works out. I went for it with the flour, but we're just gonna roll it out. So if you don't have a rolling pin, well, what's her name says, go to Kiki's house. She has one. But don't be afraid to ask your neighbors. Tell them to get you one for Christmas. But you can always be ingenious and flatten it out another way. All right, but if you're lucky and you have one of these, great. If I didn't have one of these, I probably would just roll it into a ball, flatten it with my hand, and then make a circle. But we're gonna try to make a cool shape out of it. So we're gonna be patient today. And yeah. So how am I doing? All right. I mean, it's just it's not always gonna be a perfect roll, but you do your best. Now I'm gonna cut these out by hand because I don't have a cutter or that I can find. So, I want to make them Christmas trees. So let's start out by cutting the edges off. And, well, I think, you know those geometry classes we took where we talked about shapes? This is where it will come in handy. How many triangles can you make from a square or a rectangle, right? That is the question, is how can we make a triangle? So math is helpful for bakers, right? All right. All right, so we can make them small, we can make them big. What do you guys think? Put in the chat, how do you think I should cut them? Just like this, really big? So, you don't have to make them too fancy of Christmas trees. And this is where those artists who are amazing with their hands and with, oh, I did pretty good. The question is, will it come off the sheet? All right. Look at that. So we have our Christmas tree base, right? Hopefully a clean counter. And so let's get the parchment paper and let's start putting them on the cooking sheet. I'm running low on parchment paper, but I do not want to use wax paper. I personally am not enjoying wax paper. It just messes up the pan, especially when you have to do 2 batches when your pan is full of wax. So I prefer parchment paper, just regular non-stick parchment paper. All right. Holiday cookies, here we go. All right. So I just kind of slid the knife underneath it and I'm gonna put it down. They said hopefully they don't bake too high. I'm sure they won't. I'm not going to try too hard on shaping them because I don't have to. Again, I just kind of slid it underneath. It's not a perfect slide, but we have triangles. And it's all about decoration in the end, right? All right. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Make some more. All right, I just cut some more. So let's see how these do. These are gonna cook probably pretty fast just because they're already kind of push it to the rest. All right, with the rest, I'm gonna make some other stuff. So I'm gonna make a snowman and call it a day. You know what I mean? Call it a day. Call it a day. So this is my snowman. We're gonna make one ball, another ball, and then we're just gonna flatten them. Snowman and Christmas tree. Because I'm festive, I can be festive. All right, so we have our three, boom, boom, boom. We're gonna just flatten it. Our handy dandy. This is a real interesting, I think these are like dumpling spoons or something. All right, flatten that. Look at that, nice. All right, all right. All right, we have our snowman, which will have to be reassembled later with the, I would have flattened it a little bit more just because I know these kinds of cookies. I don't want to deal with it. You know what I can do? After I flatten it, pull it up with the knife. All right, these are gonna be so good. All right. All right. Okay. Let's do a batch just in case. Let's do a batch just in case. See how they do. So let's check the time. Tell me when it's 12 minutes from now. All right, so those are going. Let's work on the glaze while we wait. It's 12. So this is our glaze, this is our coconut. We need to add some stuff to it. All right. I'm just gonna grab some more ingredients. We're just gonna add some water to this powdered sugar to make the glaze. And just rinsing off my cute little cup. All right. You guys checking the time for me? All right, here we go. This is our chocolate ganache. Chocolate, I think this is just gonna, we made this before. That one, I don't know. All right, but let's go ahead and make the sugar glaze. Alright, so sugar glaze, let's see. Alright, 1 to 2 teaspoons of water. A few drops of vanilla extract. I'm definitely gonna add vanilla extract because I just want a good flavor. It says a couple drops. Dangerous. What should I do? Just do like that? What do you think? That's good, right? All right, and then just a little bit of water. Okay. Oh, you know, I really want to make a peanut butter one. You know, I did make popcorn earlier, just with water, with popping corn. I don't know if I would recommend it because this is how it comes out because it's on the stovetop. I didn't use any oil. Some of them come out great, but I don't know if this brand of popping corn is the best. But I might throw a couple in a cookie. It turned out great for my last one. So, we'll see. All right, so let's finish rolling this out again. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Look at that. Oh, that's perfect. Oh yeah, we're supposed to make, well, let me just roll this out really quick. Right. Okay, so what should we make? Should we make a proper Christmas tree? Proper Christmas tree, here we go. Can even make a star. Star. Look at that, it looks great. All right. We're getting into our ability to, what do you guys think? Nay? Yay or nay? I'm thinking nay. All right, let's try again. We'll start with a triangle shape. Okay. We can even add a star on this next one. Okay, we can do a base. All right. And then to cut out the sides, I should probably look at something. Let me look at a picture of a Christmas tree. All right, so they're not really, just kind of in and out, in and out. Just gonna shape it till I get what I want. Look at that. All right, we have a Christmas tree. It's all about decoration, okay, guys? All right. And being positive. Because I just looked online and none of those really looked like a geometric Christmas tree, right? So, now let's try to make a star. I think I can hand make this one. Okay. So, you're gonna start here with our base, and then we're gonna add the top. Look at that. Incredible. So I just kind of made a 4 square and then I topped it. And we have our star. And we have completed our Christmas tree. You can even make a moon. How many minutes is that supposed to be in? All right, let's make a moon to go with our Christmas tree star. What is the story of Christmas? Do you guys know? Whose birthday we're celebrating? You guys, it's Jesus. Even though he was born not in December, maybe he was visited closer to December. You know, I was thinking, if you're Nigerian and you have traditional Nigerian clothes, you will make a great wise man because you have really cool clothes that look great on those plays, those holiday plays, right? So we're gonna make another star for our moon. All right. I'm gonna make a topper. At this point, I'm just kind of like probably could spend my time more wisely making the glaze, but why not? So there's my star. I just started with 4 and then added another small triangle. So we have a moon, 2 stars, and a Christmas tree. How's that? We'll do another mini snowman, or we can make another star. Why not? Our final star. Again, I'm just pinching the sides. Sorry. I'm just pinching the sides into a square, funny looking square, flattening it, and then I'm making a top out of a triangle shape. That's it. Nothing special here in regards to this star. It's more just the feel of the shape. It's not really a shape. So that you don't think it's everybody uses a cutout. Because I just looked at some cookies online and they did not look like quite amazing that I would want to get a cutout for a star per se. So just our makeshift star, final star. All right. All right, we'll make a little, you know that they have those little dots on the moon. When you look at those starry night things, they have little dots on the moon. It's probably time to take out the, what do you guys think? Boom, look at that. Amazing, incredible. All right, so the oven's looking good. Let's see, how many minutes in the oven? Bake for right, 10 to 12 minutes or until they just turn gold. So 12, it's been 11 minutes. What do you guys think? You can kind of see them in the oven. What do you guys think? Should I pull them out? See how we did. Let's see how we did, guys. All right, I know you want to see if I'm how I did. Ooh. Guys, and I just want to be honest. Sometimes I think when we look at bakers, it looks cool by the camera angle, but if we zoomed in, it would probably just look pretty simple. So to show you, mine are very simple. So it looks good from here. What do you guys think? Give me some likes. Can I get a like? All right. So here's my snowman, and these are my trees that I'll decorate to make them look nicer. I just did simple triangles. All right, so we're gonna look how nice that looks on the back. I just flipped it over, golden brown. So those are gonna be, these are like soft, but I think they came out perfect. So next is just to get these on there. What do you guys think? These will taste better or what? All right. So okay, so the ganache, this will be a stovetop situation. All right, so I was supposed to put this in the stove. So, battery life. All right, so this is the sugar and the vanilla extract, which I probably should have waited on, but oh well. All right, so we're gonna melt this on the stove with just a little bit of water. This is just something else. Okay. It's a little bit of water, like 2 tablespoons of water. So I'm gonna add that. So this is our glaze. If you're wondering, what is she doing? She is making glaze. Now, I don't know. It needs a lot more water. Let's get the water. Okay, so apparently I'm supposed to just wait, not add more. Look at that. It's kind of supposed to wait. I don't know. I probably should have watched the tutorial. It's supposed to melt. This is supposed to melt. Could have just added water. Anyways, our chocolate one is nice. Look at that. Bam. So let's start decorating. Because I'm a little over it. It's hot in here. Okay. Oh, where's my plate? Oh, it's full of chocolate. That's where it is. All right. So this will be mixing, stirring. All right. Ooh, this stayed together nicely. Look at that. Bam. That is my Christmas trees. Look at that. This looks so good. I'll make it all Christmassy. All right. Love it, love it, love it. Let's taste it. Mmm. Very nice. Even with a little bit of sugar. Look at that. It's like soft, but it looks like a gingerbread cookie, but it's good. All right. Mmm. Mmm. All right, so our starry night. Get that in the oven. Oh, those cookies are really good. I put a good amount of salt. I can taste it. I really like it. All right, the floor is like full of flour, by the way. Let's see how we do. Ooh, not bad, not bad. All right. Whoa, we did pretty good. Yeah, these are just a little thick, I think. But, ooh, our moon, our crescent moon. You guys, I think I'm a great baker. What do you think? What do you think? You should give me some likes over here. All right. Wow. Wow. All right, so this is what this is looking like. It's supposed to be melting. I think it is. It's our glaze syrup. I should be using wood. All right, so you switch to wood. Always be safe with your pans. All right, and we're gonna pop our Christmas tree in. Check the time. Tell me when it's 10 minutes. Wonderful. All right. These are so good. You guys, I don't even want to decorate them. Let's just dip it. Ooh, we can like half dip it. Look at that, you guys. So good. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. Okay, let's make this. What do you guys think? I'm gonna just add more water. All right, I went crazy, so way too much water. So just add a little bit of water slowly, not as much as I did. Kind of over it, so I'll just let the water evaporate a little. So two things I could do is I could dip them in the glaze. So, and then decorate it with the chocolate glaze. Look at that. Look at that. We can, okay, you guys, if you guys are sprinkle people, you do you. But look at that. That's all I'm going to do. Because I saw these. No. Seriously, wait with me. They just did like this. And they were like, amazing. Amazing. All right, but don't forget my coconut for my coconut lovers. That needs a lot more sugar. I put way too much water. I need a good sift. I like a really good one. That's fine. All right, so it's like caramelizing it. Look at that. Ooh. We're gonna just let a little bit of it evaporate. Right. All right, so for my coconut lovers, we soften the coconut for you. All right, find a better sift, your best sift. All right, and then you're gonna wanna pat dry this with paper towel before you use it for decoration. So it's always good to pat dry it. But yeah, it's coconut, yay. So I'm gonna pat dry it inside of this. Just because I can. And I don't really wanna, if there's a better way, you guys feel free to tell me in the comments. I would love to ship these to you guys. Love feeding people, but boom. And now it's dry. Drier. And we can use it for decoration. Ooh, look at that. We're caramelizing it. Probably time to take it off. We wasn't supposed to boil it. So don't let it boil, by the way. All right. Okay. So, let's plate it first. So we're gonna take, let's do a snowman, because that's just like fun. Who doesn't want a snowman with coconut? We're gonna put some glaze over it, because why not? Let that do its thing. And then we're gonna give it some stripes. Well, we'll just put chocolate on this one. Okay. Okay, cool. And then we're gonna put some coconut on it to make it very, give it the vibe of a snowman. All right, so that's my plating. I'm gonna say, what is it? Snowman, right? Tell them, guys. But let's make it that a little more sugary by putting some glaze on it. Let's let that dry. All right, for the rest, we can always like decorate it with popcorn and give it buttons. But I'm just gonna keep it simple. I'm gonna use the rest of this glaze for the cookies that are in the oven. But honestly, these are great by themselves. They're still soft. For these ones, I would say eat them right away. I wouldn't leave them overnight if you made your own flour with oat flour. So definitely just like eat them right away. I just dip them in the chocolate and then I would just go for it. So let's try it. You guys ready? Let's try it. Okay. So the oil is very oily. Let's dip it in this one. That's hot. It's really hot still. But look, the glaze. I'm blowing it because it's like cooling it down first before you take a bite. The glaze is way better. Heating it on the stove is way better than microwave. For sure. For sure. These are delicious. And I kind of put a good amount of salt. It's giving, it's giving like a biscuit flavor with a hint of sweet. I really like it. Wow. I'm surprised, guys. But I actually followed the recipe this time. Usually, I'm just like, throw it in the blender, I'm hungry. To get my little homemade sweet. But it's better than buying something at the store, which is what I wanted to do. But it took a lot of restraint not to buy cookies at the store. I really wanted to, but instead I got some supplies. That's all I needed for supplies. I did drive on the way home into, there was a pupuseria. I stopped in, I was about to go there, but I told myself, no, go home and make cookies. You know, try to share with a friend, with a neighbor. It's a great way to get to know your neighbors. Is do seasonal. My mom used to love to make zucchini bread. So make zucchini bread for somebody. All right, so what do you think about this Christmas tree? Do you think I should add coconut, yay or nay? What do you guys think? Can I hear in the chat, yay or nay? Can I get a hello? Hello? Can I get a like? It's all good. You guys can be shy. But thanks for the hellos. All right, so we're gonna plate one more. We're gonna plate one more Christmas tree. Ooh, look at that, glazed. We're gonna put coconut on it. Gonna make it like a coconut tree. Coconut at the top, coconut at the bottom. What do you guys think? That's one way to plate it for coconut lovers. Isn't that cute? Why not? Come on, guys. It's pretty good. All right. All right, just gonna sweeten it up a little. Kind of gotta hurry because this sugar is like... And let's add some popcorn. Because why not? Why not? We decorate popcorn on the actual tree, so why not put actual popcorn on the cookie? Boom. And I pop those with popping corn with just water. Incredible. Incredible. So we need to salvage this. Usually I buy really light tasting olive oil. This time I got a robust. So, you're gonna have to deal with that, but ooh, it's looking good. You guys want to see in the oven? Look at that, guys. Míralo. Qué bueno. Tudo bem? Tudo bem. Bem-vindo. C'est bon. C'est magnifique. C'est magnifique. Anyways, these are like delectable. I'm gonna enjoy this with my Christmas movie. I'm gonna try my hardest not to work for the hour that I'm enjoying these. Ooh. Okay, that sugar glaze, very good. Very, very good. Wow. Can I just mail these to you guys? You deserve a taste of this. You guys deserve it. Look at that. I'm surprised. I really am. But I think it's the salt that I really like. I usually use iodized salt, but when I bake, I can use sea salt. I don't like sea salt by itself. Makes me a little queasy. I feel like I'm like literally drinking salt water. But I can bake it. And wow, it turned out really great. That is a soft cookie. But it's like firm on the outside, but soft. Woo! You guys, I'm telling you, when you make it on your own, hopefully your kids are asleep. And if you live by yourself, share at least one with a neighbor so you feel good that you didn't eat them all. But only one, not all of them. So good. Wow. I'm gonna send these to you guys because you're the best. Wow. Those are wonderful. And the good thing is there's no starch in that powdered sugar because I made it myself. I didn't use powdered sugar. I made my own regular sugar. Really happy about that. Really, really happy about that. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh, I should take these out. Okay. Yep, they're done. Okay, those are in a little too long, maybe. Probably a little too long. But we're gonna cool it by getting another plate. So we don't want to cool it on the thing, because it's gonna keep heating. So we're gonna cool it off. Just let it cool, and then I'm gonna pour the rest of this on, which it's already going. It's kind of, it's drying up, right? It's like turning into, so I'm just gonna go for it. Go for it, why not? Just fresh out the oven. So that it melts it itself. I don't have to melt it on the oven again. I'm just gonna let it melt itself. And it'll spread it so that it'll cool together. Now, is this the best way? No, of course not. But I'm gonna go for it, because it's all about going for it. I should name my segments, go for it. But try to follow a recipe of some sort, even if they're pantry cookies. I just put in my ingredients and I said, what can I make? And all I had, I have flour, regular flour, but I wanted these to be gluten-free. So I just had quick oats. So I made the quick oats into a flour. You can rewind and watch that, but no need to, I'll just tell you. These are, the powdered sugar was homemade. The flour was homemade from quick oats. And the whole thing was homemade. Now I just need to get my neighbor who owns chickens. I haven't seen them, but I can hear the rooster every morning, to see if they can get me some fresh eggs instead of going to the store. Then I could truly say these were homemade, right? So I really don't want to make more to have enough. But pretty good job. Pretty good job here. And for anybody who doesn't want too much sugar, these are very tasty. You know when like you make something really good, you're like, I want somebody to try this, but not eat them all. It's one of those. Somebody's, I don't know what this was. Part of a star. Star. The cool thing about these is they cool off really quickly. So. All right, I'm just gonna drizzle to make it look cool. But I don't like the flavor, so I really don't want to do too much of it, but I'm just gonna do this. And this is the star that goes on top. Boom. What if I made like a cookie star that went on an actual Christmas tree? Would you guys eat it? Or would you let it stay on the top of your Christmas tree? Look at that. Wow. We got our moon, we have our star, we have a Christmas tree. Happy birthday, Jesus. And guys, Jesus is so cool. He loves you. And then these are mine. I just made triangles because I think it's cool. And then this one I like made it more fancy. But they're thicker. They're like really thick. You see that? Really thick. All right, it's time to clean up. But thanks for joining. And yeah, I mean, hope you have a wonderful holidays. Find someone to share it with. Start planning now. Asking around who you can go have a wonderful meal with. Thanks for joining. You're my pop chingu, which means you're my foodie friend. So stay tuned for the next one. You never know when I'm gonna do pop up and bake. Thanks for joining. Bye.